Hi guys, and welcome to a very blustery day here again in Dubai. Very uncharacteristic weather that we're having here at the moment. Quite hot and yet sandstormy. Anyway, forget all of that. We're here with the brand new, all new Peugeot 5008. Now the main thing you need to know about this car is that it's the bigger brother to the 3008, which I reviewed last year. And it's virtually identical with the same identical interior, the futuristic, well-equipped interior, cabin and dashboard that it's got, and the same engine and drivetrain, which is of course a 1.6 turbo that gives you 165 brake horsepower and 177 pounds-foot of torque from just 1400 RPM, and it's made it to, of course, to a 6-speed automatic driving the front wheels. I know it looks like an SUV, but it's a front-wheel drive thing. It's 194 millimeters longer than the 3008, but pretty much the same width and the same height, and about 65 kilograms heavier, as you could imagine. So it's actually got 3 rows of seats, which I'm going to try and show you in a little bit. Now, as you can imagine, because of the added weight, it's a little bit slower. 0 to 100 time is 9.2 seconds. That's about 0.3 slower than the 3008, which was 8.9 seconds. Top speed on both cars is identical at 206 kilometers per hour. Now, the prices of the car, of course, are slightly higher. The Active, which is the base model, starts at 99,900 dirham, which is $27,000. All of these prices, including GCC VAT, I should add. And the Allura, the middle spec, is 114,900 dirhams, which is $31,000. And the GT line, which is this top of the range car, is 134,900 dirhams, which is $38,000. Now, respectively, that's about 5,000, 10,000, and 12,000 dirham more than the equivalent 3008 models. Now, this car is extremely well equipped, and even the Active, the base model car, comes with alloy wheels, 17-inch in fact, a digital touchscreen, digital instrument panel, cruise control, the 8-inch touchscreen, and a 6-speaker stereo system with, of course, the multifunction steering wheel that is actually leather trimmed. Now, move to this GT line car, and this is packed full of features. Let me run them off for you. It gets 18-inch wheels, it gets a panoramic roof, it gets adaptive cruise controls, it gets Napa leather upholstery, it's got massage seats and cabin fragrance dispenser, it's got a wireless charger, it's got park assist, it's got 10 speakers in this thing, it's got sat nav, it's got a 360-degree camera, which by the way only works in reverse. I can't figure out how to turn it on when I want it otherwise. It's got blind spot assistance, lane departure assist, and emergency braking system. It is packed full of features, this thing. And of course, those third row seats. Now, where are they? Well, you know what? Let's go to the boot and find them. Now, let's see if we can find those rear seats. Now, you can open this by just waving your foot underneath, but that never works on camera. So I'm just going to use the key fob. There you go. And check it out, pretty decent sized boot. Let's get rid of this. That just goes back there, and we can just flip it back there like that for now. Yeah, quite a decent amount of space back here. There's a little bit of a pocket here, and there's definitely a pocket there. There isn't a power supply back here, but there's a cup holder and a little bit of a pocket there. Now, who are those for? And actually a little pocket in here as well, which is kind of odd. And on this side too. Now, who are those for? Those are for the third row passengers. Well, where do they sit? Because this just looks like a floor. Well, I'll tell you what, let's pull this, and it comes out like that. And that's now magnetized, by the way, so that half and that half is magnetized, it stays together. If I pull that like that, then underneath here, looky here, and you got this little strap, we pull that, and there you go. Then we can just push this one back like that, so you got a little bit of a floor left. Why they don't make these removable so you can take advantage of a lower floor space, I'm not quite sure. That might be a good idea, but these appear to be fixed. But anyway, there you go. That's the space that you get, which quite frankly, I'm not even going to try and demonstrate. I'm not even going to try and get in there. And also there's a little bit of a floor there. So really this is just for kiddies, let's be honest, right? So once again, to drop the seat back down again, you just pull the red one. Red one is like, oh, be careful, don't squash your kid. And then you put that back. And there you go, and that goes back there. Now, you can of course remove this bar as well. You can see the clip over there, and fold these seats. There's 3 folding seats, and these seats actually, the middle row actually moves back and forward as well. So you can actually adjust the leg room that you have for the middle row. You can also drop them. They have of course child seat anchor points, as you can see, and when you drop them, they actually do fold completely flat. So talking to the middle row, it's time to get in there and see what that's like. Let's shut this. Right then, here we are in the rear cabin, in the second row of seats. And check out these nice, this is Napa leather upholstery with this fantastic pattern. This is actually very much similar to the 3008. It had the same sort of pattern on it, the same sort of everything on it. We have, of course, the full length panoramic roof, as I mentioned, and because of the roof, I feel that I'm being robbed of some headroom here. So I think maybe without the roof, this ceiling space might have been a little bit higher, and I think that it's just sort of infringing on my head space a little bit. My hair is definitely lining up with that. Now I could actually recline this seat a little bit. See, there you go. So actually I've gone back a little bit. Now I'm fine, not a problem. And I can also move these seats front and back. So I could move it forward to give the rear passenger a bit more space. But personally, with this seat, obviously with the proviso that this is set for me and for my ride height, because that's my driving position, it's a little bit tight. But maybe for normal size adults, it would be fine. Otherwise, in the seat in the furthermost rear position, legroom is absolutely fine. I'm stretched out. I've got, decent room for the feet as well. The knees are not touching the seat, so that's a good thing. What else is a good thing is a table. I've got a table. I can actually put my laptop on there and actually work whilst I'm being driven somewhere. And can I plug it in? Yes, I can, because down here there's actually a power supply. It's a 3-point power supply. The green light tells you that it's active. The car is actually on at the moment. But no USBs. So a bit of a downside there, no USBs, but I suppose with the 3-point power supply you can just put an adapter in there, so it should be fine. AC controls here, including you can actually control the fan speed from back here. So, and what else have you got? You got electric windows and this nice material that actually follows all the way through. You'll see more of that in the front of the car. Generally it's okay, not too bad. I think most families will like this very much, and just having the 2 little seats there for kiddies is quite handy. The next thing to do is to get in the front. Okay, here we are. Look at that. iCockpit. And I'll show you what that is in a minute. Actually, to be honest, there's a starter button. That's that weird shaped gear lever. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this car as far as this is concerned. I'll just touch on it a little bit because it's pretty much identical to the 3008, and I covered it very extensively in that, so I'll put the link to that video in the description or somewhere around here, or you can just find it on youtube.com/Motoring Middle East and facebook.com/Motoring Middle East. So anyway, the main, biggest, craziest feature of this car is the steering wheel, which, most everybody's like, oh, you have a flat bottom steering wheel. Well, here you have a flat bottom steering wheel and you have a flat top steering wheel. In fact, like I said on the 3008, why didn't they just take that out? Because the way that they've structured this, and they call this a heads-up display, which it patently isn't, it's just an instrument panel, but they placed it further back, which is actually a good idea, because what that means is less focusing between the road and what you see there. You can see that the actual display is pretty far back. It's all the way back to there. And it is full digital, it's configurable, and it actually sits higher than the steering wheel. So your line of sight is actually above there. So you just have to adjust this carefully so that you're making sure you're not obstructing those instruments there. That's not too difficult. From here, you can actually adjust the configuration of that. So you can have drive-in, so you can have, basically you can have different formats. You can have like nothing at all. You can have like minimum, where it doesn't give you anything at all, and then you can have a map, and you can have like different ambience. I'll show you that in a minute. And I like to see what I'm doing, so I like to keep it on dials. Now, a couple of things I will say is that it's got a very typical Peugeot active cruise. It's got active cruise control pod controller here, but you have to know and memorize all of these settings, because basically you can't see it from where you are. So when you're on the go and you can't remember how it works, like I was, you can't see it. And if you do that, then obviously you swerve across the road, crash and die, and that's pretty inconvenient. Or, or other than that, you could look around here while you're driving, and again, you're not looking at a road, so again, you crash and you die, and it's a bit messy. So probably best not to do that. And then the other thing, like I touched on this earlier, but if you click it into reverse, you get a very nice reversing camera there, which for some reason, there it is working. And but otherwise, and actually it adjusts. So if you're backing up to something, it'll give you a head down view as well, or like a bird's view down, or something like that. But you can't get into it easily, or at least not that I've found anyway. paddle shifts we have a sport button over here, we've got an all-terrain system and hill descent on a car that isn't all-wheel drive. How have they done that? I'm not convinced by it, but they basically use the ESP and the traction systems. They just change them to basically cope with slippery surfaces. I'm a little bit wary of this because I feel that some people that don't know the car will get in and think, oh, it's four-wheel drive, and head out there onto the sand and promptly get stuck. So that is on proviso. Just be very careful with that. It does have a wireless charging. I do like the way this is done. I like these toggle switches. I like the way this is done. I like the fact that there's a knob for the volume. I like the fact this is a touch control. You know, and here's the funny stuff. So if I click this one, you can decide what mood you want. You know, so you can have relaxed mood and boost mood, and that actually it sets the massage seats going. It does have massage seats which are operated from down here. So if I click that, then you get the options here. And a cat paw is quite cute. That's quite nice, like a little cat sort of rubbing your back. That's quite cute, isn't it? And so you can have the different fragrances and all the rest of it. So if I click that and I go into car app, you can actually then choose your flavor of scent. That's quite nice. And I do like the way this is done. I don't know how that's going to survive in our climate and our conditions, but it looks really nice. It's like a nice piece of cloth just lining the dash there. We don't see this stuff in cars anymore, but that's really cool. But overall, I really like this interior. I think the interior is fantastic, you know. And you got this is power seat. Both seats are massaged. That one and this one. This is power seat, and you can actually adjust that as well. So that's quite handy. And memory and all the rest of it. We've got a cubby box down here, which is quite deep because it goes all the way down there. Cup holders and sports mode. Don't know why it has sports mode, but you know, it's okay. Well, talking of sports mode, I'll tell you what. Let's take it for a drive. So let's hit boost, shall we? Oh, the instrument has gone red. And we're going to drive. Let's go into sports as well for a bit of a takeoff. Let's see what happens. Oh, is it already in sport? I think it automatically goes into sport if you press boost. So we're in sport. And we're building, and we're building. I mean, to be fair, you know, it's a 1.6. In, you know, a car with 3 rows of seats. But having said that, I mean, we're already up to speed. It's not too bad, and it sounds all right as well. That is a handle. Well, check around this corner. Oh, there's my camera gear all going sideways. Whoopee. Don't think I should have done that. Now I can use the paddles. Let's go down the paddles. Second gear. Oh, you know, that is, you know what, I've just edit. And we're back. Sorry about that. I figured I better put my camera back down there at least rather than just having it flying around the cabin. Now, because the thing is, this car has got a great ride. As Peugeots often do. The ride actually is really fabulous on this car. Very smooth, very well controlled, very well damped. But it does mean that it's got, including the understeer, it's got quite a bit of body roll, quite a bit of float, quite a bit of lean. It's very French, you know, in the sense that it's got a great ride combined with great handling, but not necessarily body control. So the car is sort of all over the place, but the handling is there. The road holding is not bad either. And the understeer is very well controlled. So, and the steering is actually really good and very responsive. Quite accurate, quite responsive. Dare I say, this is a family car that actually I can, whoa, back on the power, I can quite enjoy checking around actually. So, that's a bit of a surprise. And the performance is okay, yeah. We're not talking like superior performance here, but we're talking good enough. Certainly good enough for motorways and around town, no problem at all. And for a little bit of fun, it's not too bad. You're not going to get a punch out of a corner, but if you carry your momentum through, I think you'll be all right. So once again, we're still in sports. I believe we're in sports. Actually, let me just come into normal for a minute. Let's get out of this deactivate ambience so that I know what modes I'm actually in. So am I in sport mode? I am now I'm in sports mode. Okay, so let me try this. Now I'm in sports mode, and we go around the corner here. Now again, the understeer is very well contained, no problem at all. How are the brakes? Very, very good actually, very good. And also I do like the response of the brake. I like the way they feel, and I like the linear sensation. So again, this is a bit more of a sweeping corner. Yeah, again, like you get the body roll, you get the body lean, but no issue with understeer. Holds the road very well, holds the line very well, steering is very accurate. This is the stuff they do really, really good. Stuff they don't necessarily do good is the AC. Having said that, I'm not saying the AC is bad. It's actually very, very good. The only trouble I've been having with the AC is that I can't find that sweet spot. You either get all or you get nothing. So that little bit in the middle, it's climate control. So I've been trying to get 22.5, 22.3, just in the middle there. I can't quite get it to my desired setting. But cruises very well. Ride is very good. There's a little bit of wind noise. But other than that, I gotta say, it's a really good car. And I think that for the money, 134,000 dirhams, 135 say, and you get all of this kit, massage seats, fragrance. You find this stuff in the Mercedes S-classes and you get it in this car. Plus it's a distinctive looking thing. I'll admit it's hard to tell the difference from the front between this and the 3008. It's only when you come around the side that it gets a bit more of a boxy rear, whereas the 3008 is a little bit more swoopy on the side profile. But otherwise, it looks pretty good, which is to say, it's very distinctive at the front, and I do like the styling. So overall then, a thumbs up for this car. There you go, that's our review. Please do let us know what you thought of the car and of the review in the comments below or elsewhere. I'm sure you're going to complain about the sound. I'm trying to figure out a technical solution at the moment. Some of my equipment's letting me down, so bear with me, I'll figure that one out. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the review. Do please follow us on motoringme.com and also follow us on all our social media. That is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, please do like, share, and subscribe. That would be absolutely awesome. And actually, while you're at it, follow me as well. I'm on Instagram, put a lot of crazy stuff up there. It'd be great to see you there. Thanks so much for watching. Until the next one. And welcome to another very blustery day here in Dubai. Very uncharacteristic weather. That word. Uncharacteristic weather that we're having here at the moment.